how do we add additional income to our month, right? How do we make more money? So the most important part of this relative to the minuses and the addition is the addition. All right, so how do you make more money, right? This is where we start. I would strongly say you need to start where you already are. Literally, what are you doing right now at your job, in your workplace, in the industry that you're in, or in the hobbies or in the places you're already going? What are you already doing? I would say that you should not do something totally new, right? If you are in a certain field, do not go get like a car salesman job if you know nothing about it, right? Don't go wait tables at In-N-Out, right? Even if they pay $20 an hour, don't do that. Those are distractions. You are not compounding your time. You have specific skills that you are currently using in your life, whether it is in your hobbies or whether it is in your workplace. You need to start there. Start where you're already at. If you already have a job where you're doing some things, what else can you do to add value, right? Can you just a couple hours a week outside of what you normally do, are you able to bring in more money for the company in a different way? It may be a skill set that you already have. You already know the industry. You already know what you're doing there. Is there another way for you to add value to the company, to bring in more money and say, hey, can I get a piece of this, right? Like, I'm going to help bring in more revenue. How do I get a piece of that? That is where you should focus. What you are already doing in your workplace, or perhaps as a secondary to that would be, what are you doing already as a hobby, right? Are you participating in your kids' sports? Are you participating at the gym? Are you involved in your church? If you're already volunteering 3 hours at a church on Sunday, can you make it a full day? Can you get paid while you're there, right? Like, what are you doing? If you are at the gym 4 hours a day, right? Can two of those, can you take up like some private clients at $50 an hour? How do you add the little bits, right? That's what we're talking about here. I don't need you to focus on some astronomical number. You don't got to add $100,000 to your salary right now. That's not the objective. On the other side of this, you should not do something that is a distraction. If you work in healthcare or in real estate, you should not go and get a job like in dental, right? Or as a receptionist for an eye doctor, right? Like, that's just irrelevant. That is not building your career. That's not accelerating you. Use the skills and the opportunities, the relationships that you currently have, and then just think about it from a different perspective. How can I add value here, create more income for the business, and take a piece of that, right? That is really the goal, how it would guide you to do that. And I want to emphasize, like, you should, if you are just spending a small amount of time, if you're just spending, 4 hours on Saturday and 4 hours on Sunday, or just, 8 hours over the weekend combined, or something to that effect, a couple hours after work. If you have 8 hours to do it and you normally make $25 an hour, do not take a job that is also $25 an hour. You're literally like starting at the bottom of the totem pole again, right? Make at least double what your hourly wage is, right? If you're making $30-$40 an hour, then find some type of value that you can add at twice that wage, right? Don't do anything less than $50 an hour, regardless of what you make. $50 an hour has to be your minimum, because you're not getting another 40-hour job, right? We're not telling you from 40 hours to 80 hours. That's not realistic, right? That's the same as like trying to budget and cut down your expenses by 95%. That's just not going to happen. What's realistic here? How do I make $50, $60, $100 an hour? Okay, whatever you're making, have a goal. Think outside the box. How can I do something similar to what I'm currently doing that is new, and spend kind of overlapping time, right? I'm already here. I'm already doing something in this space. I already know these connections. How do I add value and create more income and take a piece of that? So don't go get some job at In-N-Out or a receptionist at a nail salon or a doctor's office or something like that at $25 an hour. That is a distraction, and it is taking you away from this end goal of personal profit, right? So I wanted to start there. Here's what we're trying to get to.